Boom! Shake the room, Fire Nation. JLD here, and welcome to Entrepreneurs on Fire, brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals with great shows like Talking Too Loud. Today, we'll be talking about the ultimate two-day interactive, life-changing business growth conference featuring me, JLD, Tim Tebow, Clay Clark, and more. I spoke at this event last year, Fire Nation. It was fantastic. I'm speaking again. It's one of my favorite business conferences I've ever attended. It's in Tulsa, June 27th to 28th. To learn more, visit thrivetimeshow.com/fire. thrivetimeshow.com/fire. We'll be talking about that and more in just a minute. Marketing Made Simple, hosted by my friend, Dr. JJ Peterson, is brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals. Marketing Made Simple brings you practical tips to make your marketing easy and, more importantly, make it work. A recent episode all about how Liquid IV is using marketing to shake up the beverage world dives deep into the strategies that have propelled Liquid IV to remarkable success. A must listen. Listen to Marketing Made Simple wherever you get your podcasts. Want to meet me, JLD, in person? Attend Clay Clark's two-day interactive business workshop and meet me, Tim Tebow, and Clay Clark this June. Experience the highest-rated business workshop in America and hang out with me in person at thrivetimeshow.com/eofire. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com/eofire. Learn more and request your tickets at thrivetimeshow.com/eofire. Fire Nation, what is up? And as I mentioned in the intro, we are going to be talking about the ultimate two-day interactive life-changing business growth conference featuring yours truly, JLD, Tim Tebow, Clay Clark, and more. I spoke at this conference a year ago. It was fantastic. It was joyful. It was amazing. Tulsa, Oklahoma was a delight, and I can't wait to hand it over to Clay Clark, who's going to be hosting the event, speaking at the event, making sure everything's awesome about the event. So Clay, say what's up and what the heck is this all about?
Well, brother, thank you for allowing me to be here with you today. And thank you for all the EO Fire Nation for tuning in. And I can just tell you, Michael Gerber, the best-selling author of The E-Myth, who I've actually interviewed on my podcast as well, he said the difference between great people and everyone else is that great people create their lives actively, while everyone else is created by their lives, passively waiting to see where life takes them next. The difference between the two is living fully and just existing. If you're listening to today's broadcast and you want to thrive, you want to move beyond surviving, you want to actually build that successful company, start that company, grow that company, and live a life of abundance, our in-person two-day interactive Thrive Time Show business workshops are absolutely game-changing. But this one is going to feature you. You're traveling all the way from Puerto Rico to Tulsa, Oklahoma, as well as Tim Tebow, the two-time Heisman award-winning football player, as well as a man who's been more successful off the field than on the field. We have the PR expert of choice for Michael Jackson, Prince, Nike, Pizza Hut, Charlton Heston. I'm not just throwing out big names. This is the PR consultant of choice for these people. Michael Levine, he'll be here. The world's #1 literary agent, who happens to be the world's #1 female literary agent, Esther Federkevich. She'll be here. We just have endless amounts of experts, trainers, and teachers. But folks, I'm telling you, it is going to be a life-changing business conference if you're willing to invest the 2 days needed to travel to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the June 27th and 28th in-person workshop. And again, you can get those tickets at thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. That's thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire.
Now, this is going to be a fire episode, Fire Nation. We're not going to sit here and belabor the points over and over again, but I do want to go over some key things that we're going to be learning during this event. So, Clay, take it away.
Branding. I think it's very important that, we all recognize people do judge us based upon the quality of our website, our print pieces, our photography, our video, our public relations, our podcast. People judge us based on the appearance. They do judge a book by its cover. We're going to teach you branding. Franchising. Once you nail it, can you scale it? You look up a company called OxyFresh.com. Look them up, folks. OxyFresh.com, OXIFresh.com. I've helped them open over 500 locations. That's OxyFresh.com. That's kind of fun. If you look up a brand like Tip Top Canine, we've helped them grow from one location to dozens of locations, or a dozen plus locations. Marketing. We're going to get into marketing. How do you generate leads? I think one thing that's very uncomfortable is watching your wallet bleed because you can't generate leads. So we're going to teach you marketing. Online advertising. How do you run effective online ads that convert leads? How do you design a product? Product design. How do you design a product or service that people want? Sales. I mean, eventually you have to sell something or your business will go to hell. If you can't sell, your business will go to hell. Search engine optimization. Demystifying that. How do you optimize a website so that your ideal and likely buyers can find you? Time management. How does a guy like myself, how do I have 5 kids and multiple companies, and how do you do that? How does someone like yourself record a podcast while also writing a book, while also developing products? How do you do that? Time management. Workflow design. How do you create a linear workflow? How do you get it out of your head and into systems and processes? Accounting. How do you actually do accounting properly so that you don't end up in jail and that you actually can minimize your tax liability? Hiring people. How do you hire people? How do you hire, train, retain, and hire and inspire great people? And then finally, what's the point of all this? How do you create both time freedom and financial freedom? Because when you look at all the speakers that we have, they've achieved both time freedom and financial freedom. And they're choosing to take some of their time freedom to travel to Tulsa, Oklahoma for this event. So again, if you're looking to create time freedom and financial freedom, that's just a little bit of a look into all the things we are going to teach you at the in-person workshop.
Fire Nation, one of the things that I pride myself on when I wrote my book, The Common Path to Uncommon Success, is that it was a 17-step roadmap to financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom, fulfillment. That's what it was. There was no fluff. It was just value. And that's what I love about this event that Clay is putting on. It is no fluff. It is just value. Branding, franchising, marketing, online advertising, product and design, sales, SEO, social media marketing, time management, workflow design, accounting, hiring, time freedom, financial freedom. I mean, these are critical things, and we go through all of them during that. As Clay mentioned, I mean, think about time freedom. I have a 7-day week podcast now for coming up on 12 years that I literally go nose to the grindstone 1 day per week for, because I figured out how to create my content production plan. Financial freedom, all these different things are so important, and we go through these processes step by step. We bring up real people to stage. We have real conversations. And one thing I love, Clay, you really allow a lot of audience interaction. So you and I were up on stage last year for a long time, and we were just taking direct questions from the audience. So when they were having questions, they were interacting with us. And that's a very special scenario that doesn't happen most places, Fire Nation. June 27th, June 28th, Tulsa, Oklahoma, thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. Check it out to learn more. And we'll be right back after we thank our sponsors. There are plenty of things to worry about when trying to grow your business. Don't let tech be one of them. If you're looking for the right tools and a platform that connects your team seamlessly, then look no further than HubSpot's customer platform. With HubSpot's customer platform, you can spend less time switching between systems and more time on growing your business. Sounds pretty great, right? HubSpot's customer platform is a single source of truth for organizing and tracking all of your marketing, sales, and service activities. That means no more misaligned teams, no more switching between tools, and no more wasting time. It's that simple. Have customer service top of mind. Get ready to lighten your service team's load and scale support to get your customers the info they're looking for fast. Plus, with its AI-powered tools, you'll always have the most important and up-to-date prospect and customer info to close more deals, elevate your brand, and serve customers better. Get ready to grow with HubSpot's customer platform. Visit HubSpot.com to learn how HubSpot's customer platform can help you grow your business. Have you ever considered hosting on Airbnb? Kate and I Airbnb one of our places here in Puerto Rico, and we love it. It not only allows us to share this magical island and our community with those visiting, it's also a great way to earn some extra income. We've had a number of guests rave about how special their vacation was as a result of staying in a place that is so beautiful and that felt like home. This is a big reason why we originally got into hosting. We know what it's like to travel and want to have a place to call home, so we figured, why not create that feeling for others? Next month, we'll be traveling to meet up with friends on the West Coast, and knowing how easy it is to host on Airbnb, we're considering putting our own home up on Airbnb while we're away to earn some additional income. Maybe you have an upcoming trip planned as well. While you're away, your home might be worth more than you think. Find out how much at airbnb.com/host. Want to meet me, JLD, in person and grow your business this year? This is your chance to meet Tim Tebow, myself, and Clay Clark while learning the proven success systems that have been used to create thousands of millionaire success stories. Go to thrivetimeshow.com/eofire to see thousands of Clay Clark's real clients who he has really helped to grow their real businesses. Clay's proven business coaching program is month to month and less money than hiring a minimum wage employee. Visit thrivetimeshow.com/eofire to request your tickets to attend the highest rated business growth conference on earth, because Clay only takes on 160 clients and allows only 300 attendees to each business conference. You will interact directly with Clay Clark to implement a proven plan, see thousands of real success stories, and get your tickets to meet me, JLD, Tim Tebow, and Clay Clark at the June Business Growth Conference today at thrivetimeshow.com/eofire. Remember, knowledge will only attract money when it is organized and directed through implementing practical plans of action. Become the next success story and request tickets to join Tim Tebow, myself, and Clay Clark at the June Business Conference today at thrivetimeshow.com/eofire. Clay, we're back, and you mentioned some of these amazing speakers. We have Tim Tebow, we have Michael Levine, of course, myself and you. Let's just talk about a couple other of the speakers that you have that you're really excited about.
Okay, well, Colton Dixon, if you look up Colton Dixon, he is a pop star. A lot of people might have heard of his name through American Idol, and he travels around with household names. He's got an incredible voice. He's a great singer. But how does somebody go from being a talented singer to having a actual contract with Atlantic Records? And Colton Dixon's been a client of mine. He'll tell you that story. Peter Taunton, this is the guy who opened up Snap Fitness and Nautical Bowls. So this guy has sold, and I'm not exaggerating, he has sold over 2,000 locations of his businesses, and he's worth nearly $200 million. And I don't know a lot of people, JLD, that are willing to speak that are worth $200 million that don't have anything to sell you.
Right.
And this guy, he has something to sell you, but it's called a franchise. So if you come to the event, you want to buy a franchise, then, you can buy a franchise. But if you don't want to buy a franchise, he'll walk you through all the systems you need to put in place to franchise. Now, Jill Donovan, this is a fun story. Jill Donovan started a company called Rustic Cuff. And her products are now worn by Sheryl Crow, Oprah. They're worn by, insert the name Harry Connick Jr. Insert the name of whatever celebrity you want to look up there. It's called Rustic Cuff. And if you want to see all the celebrities that wear her product, just do a Google search for Rustic Cuff and celebrities. And with Jill, Jill implemented what's called the Dream 100 marketing system that Chet Holmes, the late great business coach, created. But she would reach out systemically to Candace Cameron, Christian Chenoweth, big-time celebrities, and try to get them to wear her product. And one by one, the celebrities started saying yes. And now Rustic Cuff sells millions and millions of dollars of Rustic Cuffs per year. She's going to share the story of how she went from her home. She literally started the company in her home, a multi-million-dollar company. It's an incredible story. Then you have Mondo de la Vega. This is a guy who left. And I'm trying to get a variety of speakers at every event that I do. So no matter where you're coming from, you can relate to these guys. But Mondo de la Vega, he grew up in the street gangs. So this is a guy who watched many people who he grew up with die at a young age because they were living in we're talking about Compton, we're talking about South Central, we're talking about some of the roughest areas in California. And he grew up in the gang life, and he left that life behind, became a best-selling author. And now he's a talk show host, and he teaches people how to change your mindset. So this guy went from literally living a life of crime and every day was a near-death experience into becoming a very successful talk show host and best-selling author. And then Esther Fedorkevich, I mean, so many people want to write a book, but they don't know the process, step 1, step 2, step 3. And then how do you market that book? And Esther Fedorkevich is going to teach that to you. And to your earlier point, every session that we teach, folks, we start off at 7 a.m., and every session that we teach is 30 minutes of high octane. We're taking you through a workbook. We're doing a deep dive on a topic like branding, but then we come up for air and we do a 15-minute Q&A section after every single presentation. And we cap the attendance at 300 people. So there's no disrespect to events that have thousands of people. And I often participate in events that have thousands of people. But at my events, I cap the attendance at 300 people. So you're able to ask questions. You're able to shake hands with the speakers. You're able to interact with them in between the breaks. It's going to be a great mind-blowing, mind-expanding event. And if you need that inspiration, that's why I bring in Tim Tebow, because Tim Tebow is a walking inspirational story. And the guy organizes his life in a way where he carves out time for fitness, finances, and family. And it really is impressive when you get to hear his story. And then also, JLD, you're surrounded by hundreds of actual current and or former clients of mine who've gone on to build multi-million-dollar successful businesses. And so you're able to be in the fellowship of people that have actually had success. So it really is an action-packed event. It's from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days. We break for lunch. And then for the VIPs, they get to have a dinner at my house. Some people say, I think I'd rather skip dinner at your house. That's fine. But if you want to have dinner with me at my house, you can do that. It is interactive. We have a band. I mean, it's going to be a blasty blast. And I would just say it is the most interactive business conference that I've ever participated in. And I know this because after I sold my first company, DJConnection.com, some of the biggest companies in America, Hewlett-Packard, UPS, O'Reilly Auto Parts, OxyFresh, they began reaching out to me and asking me to speak. And I found as a speaker, you're supposed to speak and teach, and you're given 1 hour or 30 minutes to present the idea, but the people in the audience can't ask questions. And I started thinking to myself, there's got to be a better way. And so I actually built a facility. I built a campus. And so when you travel to the interactive workshop, you're actually coming to my home office. You're going to meet my employees. You're on my campus. It is going to be a life-changing experience. And again, if you go to thrivetimeshow.com/EO Fire for the EO Fire Nation, if you go to thrivetimeshow.com/EO Fire and you request a ticket there, I just want to be very clear. The tickets are $250 or whatever you can afford. And somebody says, how does that work? Well, I grew up poor, and I know what it's like to be poor. And so we always do scholarship tickets to help people in need. So I know getting to Tulsa may be an expense for somebody, but if you go to thrivetimeshow.com/EO Fire and you request a ticket, they're $250 or whatever price you can afford. And then we also do have select VIP tickets available as well.
Fire Nation, I will say the VIP experience is amazing. I got to experience it. I got to have the dinner at Clay Clark's house. It was an amazing dinner. Meet his wife, meet his family. I mean, his kids are inspirational, incredible level. The photo opportunity that we did there, I tried to convince him to have a cold plunge because he had a pool back there. It was in the winter last time, but we weren't quite set up for that. And now it's going to be in June, so I don't think the cold plunge will be an option unless, Clay, you decide to get one between now and then. But the cold plunge idea, I think, would be great to add to that VIP mix. But I'm excited for all of these speakers. I want to really call out Esther. I mean, so many of you listening right now, Fire Nation, you have a book within you. I know you do. And I know it's screaming to get out. This is going to be such a great session for you for that. The step-by-step process, it is absolutely incredible. And I have never received, from an event, I've never received more personal emails after the event from you, Fire Nation, from people that were listening to this episode last year where we talked about the event, who went to the event, had such a fantastic time, came back. I actually was just hanging out with one in New York City when I was over the weekend because I was up there for a basketball tournament. And this guy was like, hey, I see you're in the city because I'm following your Instagram. This doesn't sound weird, but we hung out at Clay's event last year. I'm like, let's meet up for coffee. And we did. And it was a blast. We had a good time. We talked about it. And he's coming again this year, obviously, because he loves it. So that was really cool. And then there was a specific individual who reached out to me and said, John, I didn't really know if that scholarship was real. And I was limited on finances. So I reached out and I got the scholarship and I came as a result. And it was such a blessing to be able to do that. So the scholarship is real. The value is unbelievably real. I would love to see you there, Fire Nation, to join me, Clay, Tim Tebow, all the other amazing people. thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire, June 27th to the 28th in Tulsa. For those of you that can, upgrade to that VIP level. You're going to spend a ton more time with myself, with Clay, with the others. The dinner experience, the photo op, everything is really worthwhile across the board. Clay, take us home. What do you want to say as we close this conversation out?
Well, I'll say this. If you go to thrivetimeshow.com, right, and you click on the testimonials button, we have over 2,000 documented video case studies of actual clients who we've mentored into building multi-million-dollar companies. Think about that, folks. Think about the profundity of that. Since 2005, we have over 2,000 documented case studies and success stories. But in my opinion, we're only as good as the most recent one. So just the other day, we're talking 2 days ago, we had a success story of the business is called aperfectclean.net. So when you go to thrivetimeshow.com and you click on testimonials, look it up. This is a guy who started off as a scholarship client. His name is Brian Mukabi. And at JLD, I just talked to him yesterday. He's grown his business by 361% in less than a year. And he came to the workshop. He heard about it through the Entrepreneur on Fire podcast. He came to the workshop and he didn't sign up as a client, which is fine. Then he came to another workshop, and then he did sign up as a client, and now we've been able to help him grow his business. And I just encourage everybody to become the next success story. Go to thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. That's thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. Request your ticket. I promise it will be a life-changing event for you. And we also do offer a money-back guarantee. So if for some reason you go, my life wasn't changed. Okay, fine. You can get your money back. But again, folks, it's a life-changing event. Money-back guarantee. thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire.
Clay, thank you for sharing your truth, knowledge, value with Fire Nation today. For that, we salute you, and we'll catch you in Tulsa.
Take care, brother.
Hey, Fire Nation, a huge thank you to our sponsors and Clay for sponsoring today's episode. And Fire Nation, successful entrepreneurs accomplish big goals. That's why I created the Freedom Journal to guide you in accomplishing your number one goal in 100 days. And we're talking step by step. Visit thefreedomjournal.com and I will catch you there or on the flippity flip side. Marketing Made Simple, hosted by my friend, Dr. JJ Peterson, is brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals. Marketing Made Simple brings you practical tips to make your marketing easy and, more importantly, make it work. A recent episode all about how Liquid IV is using marketing to shake up the beverage world dives deep into the strategies that have propelled Liquid IV to remarkable success. A must listen. Listen to Marketing Made Simple wherever you get your podcasts. Want to meet me, JLD, in person? Attend Clay Clark's 2-day interactive business workshop and meet me, Tim Tebow, and Clay Clark this June. Experience the highest rated business workshop in America and hang out with me in person at thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire. Learn more and request your tickets at thrivetimeshow.com/EOFire.
JT, do you know what time it is?
4:10.
It's Tebow time in Tulsa, Jerusalem, baby. Tim Tebow is coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma, June 27th and 28th. We've been doing business conferences here since 2005. I've been hosting business conferences since 2005. What year were you born?
1995.
Dude, I've been hosting business conferences since you were 10 years old, but I've never had the 2-time Heisman Award winning Tim Tebow come present. And a lot of people, have followed Tim Tebow's football career on the field and off the field. And off the field, the guy's been just as successful as he has been on the field. Now, the big question is, JT, how does he do it?
Well, they're going to have to come and find out because I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, Tim Tebow's going to teach us how he organizes his day, how he organizes his life, how he's proactive with his faith, his family, his finances. He's going to walk us through his mindset that he brings into the gym, into business. It is going to be a blasty blast in Tulsa, Jerusalem. Also, this is the first Thrive Time Show event that we've had where we're going to have a man who has built a $100 million net worth.
Wow.
Who'll be presenting. Now, we've had a couple presenters that have had $1 billion net worth in some like real estate sort of things.
Yeah.
But this is the first time we've had a guy who's built a service business and he's built over $100 million net worth in the service business. It's the yacht driving, multi-state living guru of franchising. Peter Taunton will be in the house. This is the founder of Snap Fitness, the guy behind 9 Round Boxing. He's going to be here in Tulsa, Jerusalem, Oklahoma, June 27th and 28th. JT, why should everybody want to hear what Peter Taunton has to say?
Oh, because he's incredible. He's just a fountain of knowledge. He is awesome. He has inspired me listening to him talk. And not only that, he also has, he practices what he teaches. So he's a real teacher. He's not a fake teacher like business school teachers. So you got to come learn from him.
Also, let me tell you this, folks. I don't want to get this wrong because if I get it wrong, someone's going to say, you screwed that up, buddy. So Michael Levine, this is Michael Levine. He's going to be coming. You say, who's Michael Levine? I don't get this wrong. This is the PR consultant of choice for Michael Jackson, for Prince, for Nike, for Charlton Heston, for Nancy Kerrigan, 34 Grammy Award winners, 43 New York Times bestselling authors he's represented, including pretty much everybody you know who's been a super celebrity. This is Michael Levine, a good friend of mine. He's going to come and talk to you about personal branding and the mindset needed to be super successful. The lineup will continue to grow. We have hit Christian recording artist Colton Dixon in the house. Now, people say, Colton Dixon's in the house? Yes, Colton Dixon's in the house. So if you like top 40 Christian music, Colton Dixon's going to be in the house performing. The lineup will continue to grow each and every day. We're going to add more and more speakers to this all-star lineup. But I encourage everybody out there today, get those tickets today. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com. And some people might be saying, well, how do I do it? What do I do? How does it work? You just go to thrivetimeshow.com. Let's go there now. We're feeling the flow. We're going to thrivetimeshow.com. Again, you just go to thrivetimeshow.com. You click on the business conferences button, and you click on the request tickets button right there. The way I do our conferences is we tell people it's $250 to get a ticket.
Yep.
Or whatever price that you can afford. And the reason why I do that is I grew up without money. JT, you're in the process of building a super successful company.
Yep.
Did you start out with $1 million in the bank account?
No, I did not. Nope, did not get any loans, nothing like that. Did not get an inheritance from parents or anything like that. I had to work for it, and I'm super grateful. I came to a business conference. That's actually how I met you, met Peter Taunton. I met all these people.
So if you're out there today and you want to come to our workshop, again, you just got to go to thrivetimeshow.com. You might say, well, when's it going to be? June 27th and 28th. You might say, well, who's speaking? We already covered that. You might say, where's it going to be? It's going to be in Tulsa, Jerusalem, Oklahoma. And someone says, Tulsa, Jerusalem. I'm really trying to rebrand Tulsa as Tulsa, Jerusalem, sort of like the Jerusalem of America. But if you type in Thrive Time Show and Jinx, you can get a sneak peek or a look at our office facility. This is what it looks like. This is where you're headed. It's going to be a blasty blast. You can look inside, see the facility. We're going to have hundreds of entrepreneurs here. It is going to be packed. Now, for this particular event, folks, the seating is always limited because my facility isn't a limitless convention center. You're coming to my actual home office, and so it's going to be packed. So when? June 27th and 28th. Who? You're going to come. Who? You? I'm talking to you. You can just get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. And again, you can name your price. We tell people it's $250 or whatever price you can afford. And we do have some select VIP tickets, which gives you an access to meet some of the speakers and those sorts of things. And those tickets are $500. It's a 2-day interactive business workshop, over 20 hours of business training. We're going to give you a copy of my newest book, The Millionaire's Guide to Becoming Sustainably Rich. You're going to leave with a workbook. You're going to leave with everything you need to know to start and grow a super successful company. It's practical, it's actionable, and it's Tebow time right here in Tulsa, Jerusalem. Get those tickets today at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's thrivetimeshow.com.
Hello, I'm Michael Levine, and I'm talking to you right now from the center of Hollywood, California, where I have represented over the last 35 years 58 Academy Award winners, 34 Grammy Award winners, 43 New York Times bestsellers. I've represented a lot of major stars, and I've worked with a lot of major companies. And I think I've learned a few things about what makes them work and what makes them not work. Now, why would a man living in Hollywood, California, in the beautiful sunny weather of LA, come to Tulsa? Because last year I did it, and it was damn exciting. Clay Clark has put together an exceptional presentation, really life-changing, and I'm looking forward to seeing you then. I'm Michael Levine. I'll see you in Tulsa.
James, did I tell you my good friend John Lee Dumas is also joining us at the in-person 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show Business Workshop? That Tim Tebow and that Michael Levine will be at. Have I told you this?
You have not told me that.
Oh, he's coming all the way from Puerto Rico. This is John Lee Dumas, the host of the chart-topping EOFire.com podcast. He's absolutely a living legend. This guy started a podcast after wrapping up his service in the United States military, and he started recording this podcast daily in his home, to the point where he started interviewing big-time folks like Gary Vaynerchuk, like Tony Robbins, and he just kept interviewing bigger and bigger names, putting out shows day after day. And now he is the legendary host of the EO Fire podcast, and he's traveling all the way from Puerto Rico to Tulsa, Oklahoma to attend the in-person June 27th and 28th Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshop. If you're out there today, folks, you've ever wanted to grow a podcast, a broadcast, you want to improve your marketing, if you've ever wanted to improve your marketing, your branding, if you've ever wanted to increase your sales, you want to come to the 2-day interactive June 27th and 28th Thrive Time Show Business Workshop featuring Tim Tebow, Michael Levine, John Lee Dumas, and countless big-time super successful entrepreneurs. It's going to be life-changing. Get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. James, what website is that?
ThriveTimeshow.com.
James, one more time with more enthusiasm.
ThriveTimeshow.com.
Everything rides on tonight. Even if I got 3 strikes, I'ma go for it. This moment, we own it. I'm not to be played with because it could get dangerous. See these people I ride with. This moment, we own it.
Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the world's highest rated and most reviewed business workshops because we teach you what you need to know to grow.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
And now you may be thinking, what does it actually cost to attend an in-person 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show business workshop? Well, good news. The tickets are $250 or whatever price that you can afford. What? Yes, they're $250 or whatever price you can afford. I grew up without money, and I know what it's like to live without money. So if you're out there today and you want to attend our in-person 2-day interactive business workshop, all you got to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com to request those tickets. And if you can't afford $250, we have scholarship pricing available to make it affordable for you.
I learned at the Academy, Kings Point in New York, acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
Whoa. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad Radio Show. Today I'm broadcasting from Phoenix, Arizona, not Scottsdale, Arizona. They're close, but they're completely different worlds. And we have a special guest today. Definition of intelligence is if you agree with me, you're intelligent. And so this gentleman is very intelligent. I've done this show before also, but very seldom do you find somebody who lines up on all counts. And it's a Mr. Clay Clark. He's a friend of a good friend, Eric Trump. But we're also talking about money, bricks, and how screwed up the world can get in a few and a half hours. So Clay Clark is a very intelligent man, and there's so many ways we could take this thing. But I thought, since you and Eric are close, Trump, what were you saying about what Trump can't, what Donald, who's my age, and I can say or cannot say?
First of all, I have to honor you, sir. I want to show you what I did to one of your books here. There's a guy by the name of Jeremy Thorne, who was my boss at the time. I was 19 years old, working at Faith Highway. I had a job at Applebee's, Target, and DirecTV. And he said, have you read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? And I said, no. And my father, may he rest in peace, he didn't know these financial principles. So I started reading all of your books and really devouring your books. And I went from being an employee to self-employed, to the business owner, to the investor. And I owe a lot of that to you. And I just wanted to take a moment to tell you, thank you so much for allowing me to achieve success. And then I'll tell you all about Eric Trump. But I just want to tell you, thank you, sir, for changing my life.
But not only that, Clay, thank you, but you become an influencer. More than anything else, you've evolved into an influencer where your word has more and more power. So that's why I congratulate you on becoming. Because as you know, there's a lot of fake influencers out there too, or bad influencers.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm glad you and I agree so much, and thanks for reading my books.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thrill for me today. Not a thrill, but recognition is when people, young men especially, come up and say, I read your book, changed my life. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this.
I learned at the Academy, Kings Point in New York, acta non verba. Watch what a person does, not what they say.
Whoa. Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy. I'm originally from Tulsa, born and raised here. I went to a small private liberal arts college and got a degree in business. And I didn't learn anything like they're teaching here. I didn't learn linear workflows. I learned stuff that I am not using, and I haven't been using for the last 9 years. So what they're teaching here is actually way better than what I got at business school. And I went what was actually ranked as a very good business school. The linear workflow for us and getting everything out on paper and documented is really important. Like we have workflows that are kind of all over the place, so having linear workflow and seeing that mapped out on multiple different boards is pretty awesome. That's really helpful for me. The atmosphere here is awesome. I definitely just stared at the walls, figuring out how to make my facility look like this place. This place rocks. It's invigorating. The walls are super, it's just very cool. The atmosphere is cool. The people are nice. It's a pretty cool place to be. Very good learning atmosphere. I literally want to model it and steal everything that's here at this facility and basically create it just on our business side.
Once I saw what they were doing, I knew I had to get here at the conference. This is probably the best conference or seminar I've ever been to in over 30 years in business.
You're not bored. You're awake, alive the whole time. It's not pushy. They don't try to sell you a bunch of things.
I was looking to learn how to just get control of my life, my schedule, and just get control of the business.
Planning your time, breaking it all down, making time for the F6 in your life, and just really implementing it and sticking with the program.
It's really lively. They're pretty friendly, helpful, and very welcoming.
I attended a conference a couple months back, and it was really the best business conference I've ever attended.
At the workshop, I learned a lot about time management, really prioritizing what's the most important.
Biggest takeaways are, you want to take a step-by-step approach to your business. Whether it's marketing, what are those 3 marketing tools that you want to use, to human resources.
Some of the most successful people and successful businesses in this town, their owners were here today because they wanted to know more from Clay, and I found that to be kind of fascinating.
The most valuable thing that I've learned is diligence, that businesses don't change overnight. It takes time and effort, and you got to go through the ups and downs of getting it to where you want to go.
He actually gives you the roadmap out. I was stuck, didn't know what to do, and he gave me the roadmap out step by step.
We've set up systems in the business that make my life much easier, allow me some time freedom.
Here you can ask any question you want. They guarantee it'll be answered.
This conference motivates me and also give me a lot of knowledge and tools.
It's up to you to do it. Everybody can do these things. There's stuff that everybody knows, but if you don't do it, nobody else can do it for you.
I can see the marketing working. And it's just an approach that makes sense.
Probably the most notable thing is just the income increase that we've had.
Everyone's super fun, it's super motivating. I've been here before, but I'm back again because it motivates me.
Your competition's going to come eventually, or try to pick up these tactics. So if you don't, somebody else will.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us.
This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is
is our old neighborhood. See? It's nice, right?
So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
So we really just want to thank you, Clay, and thank you, Vanessa, for everything you've done, everything you've helped us with. We love you guys.
If you decide to not attend the Thrive Time workshop, you're missing out on a great opportunity.
The atmosphere of Clay's office is very lively. You can feel the energy as soon as you walk through the door, and it really got me and my team very excited.
If you decide not to come, you're missing out on an opportunity to grow your business. Bottom line.
Love the environment. I love the way that Clay presents and teaches. It's a way that not only allows me to comprehend what's going on, but he explains it in a way to where it just makes sense.
The SEO optimization, branding, marketing. I've learned more in the last 2 days than I have the entire 4 years of college.
The most valuable thing that I've learned, marketing is key. Marketing is everything.
Making sure that you're branded accurately and clearly. How to grow a business using Google reviews, and then just how to optimize our name through our website also.
Helpful with a lot of marketing, search engine optimization, helping us really rank high in Google.
The biggest thing I needed to learn was how to build my foundation, how to systemize everything and optimize everything, build my SEO.
How to become more organized, more efficient.
How to make sure the business is really there to serve me as opposed to me constantly being there for the business.
New ways of advertising my business as well as recruiting new employees.
Group interviews, number one. Before we felt like we were held hostage by our employees. Group interviews has completely eliminated that because you're able to really find the people that would really be the best fit.
Hands-on how to hire people, how to deal with human resources, a lot about marketing, and overall just how to structure the business to how it works for me, and also then how that can translate into working better for my clients.
The most valuable thing I've learned here is time management.
I like the 1 hour of doing your business is real critical if I'm going to grow and change.
Clay really teaches you how to navigate through those things and not only find freedom, but find your purpose in your business and find the purposes for all those other people that directly affect your business as well.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Everyone needs to attend the conference because you get an opportunity to see that it's real.